Great opening red. Just get the feeling the tension is likely to continue in this match. I don't think somehow we're going to see just a barrage of breaks. This match seems to have gone a different direction to that. But both sets of players, both teams really want this, want to be in the next round. Bit of an edge, nothing serious by any means. You know, there's respect there, but there's an edginess because, as I say, both sides want to win. Well, that's not too bad. I'm not sure quite how straight he is on this red.
Yeah, he didn't get into the meat of the reds, but he's still on one. It's all gone wrong there. Not just missing it, but leaving a chance at it. These pockets are not generous, I think it's fair to say. We've seen it all week. John Higgins was saying, you know, they're playing tight.
I think they are, yeah. And I think the usual way of finding out is, you know, shots along the black cushion there. I mean, I think when the pockets are generous, it's hard to see them missing them. But when the pockets are more difficult, they're often missed. And players play shots in different ways to get on balls along there. Anyway, that's just a break of one and a safety shot, I suspect. It's quite rare, I think, that we play this form of snooker these days. Certainly these leading professionals rarely play team snooker, double snooker, all of the things we're seeing. You know, if you're a local league player, you might play in a pairs competition or a team competition quite a lot, but these guys don't do it very often. Add to that, you know, it is for your country as well.
That's right. In many ways, snooker is the ultimate individual sport. But this is a different format they're playing for a team, and it has changed the dynamic for sure. It's added a lot of pressure, I think. Well, he's bullied that into the pocket. That was going in no matter what. Great shot.
Well, he's not very easily on this next ball, and I'm not even sure whether the pink will go on its own spot. It won't. Onto the black it goes. I feel that probably is the biggest shot of the frame so far, well, almost certainly in fact. If pots and gets the bunch open and gets on something, then a very strong favourite to win it are England. That's a good shot. He's on the bottom red. Still, I don't think the pink will go on its spot again. It won't. Oh, he's missed one there, goodness. When he just looked like he was getting a little bit of a rhythm going there, and as I say, this frame is still in the balance. That's nicely played. He screwed it hard into the cushion, which took him out right into open play there. Potentially another close frame. If you look at the previous two frames, they've been won against all of the run of play. Frame 2 by England, frame 3 by Thailand. Both frames well out of it, especially the second frame. Karen Wilson needing a snooker to tie on the pink, but somehow winning it. Still enough safe reds to give England hope, though. Even they are a few in front, but there's always this helplessness when you're away from the table, hoping your opponent, you know, is going to make an error. But there's still a chance of that. The red up the table doesn't really pot anywhere very easily. Certainly not into the left middle. It's too acute an angle, and the one below it on the left as well takes some getting on. So again, it's open. Doesn't want to be straight on this, because it's not so easy, if he is, to get onto a red. Well, he's just off straight, but there's not much to play with there. And that's the reason he's not got in behind the red as he meant to. He didn't really have the angle to force it wide.
Well, he's got Thailand a few in front in the frame, so as you say, another close finish beckons. It's already been nervy, and that's not going to go away in these next few minutes. I guess for Lisowski it is big, because if he loses the frame, England are just one from defeat.
Yes, of course they'd have to win the doubles frame as well, wouldn't they? And they're never easy to win. There's a different sort of snooker. It can be a little scrappy in frames like that.
What a terrific shot that was.
Yes, and I think he's certainly snookered him on all of the reds.
He really worked that out well, and he's got Lisowski in trouble. Jack Lisowski on the back foot here for England, 5 points behind, 2-1 down in the match. Snookered. 3 reds there. Can't afford to leave any of them on, otherwise it's looking like 3-1. Well, this looks like a chance to the green pocket. Noppon Saengkham, who lost that extraordinary second frame on the respot to Karen Wilson, with a chance to put Thailand within one of the semi-finals. Struck that very well.
Didn't he just? He's not very easily on one here. There's an argument he could look at the bulk colour, because it'll mean that the next red is easier, but of course the bulk colour is much more difficult than rolling in the blue. The other thing he could do is he could screw back off the blue and reach over and play the top red on the right into the green pocket. There are his options. Big shot, this one. Solid.
Well, he forced the opening with that terrific snooker.
Yes, just wonder if in the back of his mind he's thinking that something might go wrong, as we've seen in this match all the way through. Big shot here to get on the last red. Well, surely he's overscrewed, isn't he? Must have played on it in the middle. Can't believe it goes past the brown into the left pocket. And there has to be a little bit of a tension there in the arm. And the snooker in behind all three bulk colours. Well, he must have been very tense there, because that wasn't the most difficult positional shot, but I think he just gripped the cue too tightly and screwed back too far.
Yeah, it's a lifeline for Lisowski. Even though he's snookered, he'd much rather be snookered than shaking hands at the end of the frame. It's been that sort of match. Nothing is kind of as straightforward as just getting in and winning the frame. It's not been that sort of match at all. You know, they started about 2 hours, 20 minutes ago. This is only frame 4. Coming up to 5 to 10 in the evening in China. Could be a late finish if this goes the distance. Oh, he's gone round the back of it. Fully expects to be put back in.
Yeah, he may have been trying to hit it thin, actually. I mean, just one of those where he's looking off the second cushion to glance off it, perhaps. You feel if he hits this, the odds are against sticking it, but there's always an outside possibility of that. But if he was to glance off it, you'd think it would go safe, but of course he could miss it 2 or 3 times trying to do that. Goodness me.
Amazing, isn't it? But like I say, it's been that sort of match. In a way, that's not even a shock there, because it's just been a crazy sort of game.
Lots of twists and turns, Dave, all the way.
Yeah, it's like a Hitchcock film.
Yes, and so we saw it in one of the Home Nations events. I think it was Northern Ireland, wasn't it, where O'Sullivan was snookered 4 times in the decider. 5th time he hit the snooker, potted it against Mark Selby, cleared up. It's quite rare. Overdone it a little bit there, Dave, hasn't he?
Well, it just shows you, yeah, absolutely. You know, the nerves are still there. You think he's going to clear up here, but not guaranteed to. He's fluked the red, which is massive, but he's got to now make the most of it.
Importantly, he doesn't need the black, and the black's just below its spot, which would have been slightly more difficult down there. Oh, what a frame this is. Quite an amazing fluke, that.
It just seems whoever is a massive favourite in the end to win the frame doesn't somehow. We saw it in the last frame, we certainly saw it in frame 2.
It's one of those matches that you'd want to stay tuned and watch the end of, because I'm sure there's a little bit more of this to come.
That's right, yeah, it's been quite low in quality but very high in excitement. So, blue and pink to make the most of the fluke and make it 2-2 against the odds. What a massive moment for England and Judd Lisowski. And a crushing blow, and not the first in this match, for Noppon Saengkham. Well, incredible what happened there, it really was. Fluked the red out the snooker, made the clearance, he had to make it, and he did. And England are right back in contention. You can see a little resigned look from Saengkham, very disappointed as he leaves the arena.